Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. Hope you are great. I am sure you all are seeing Marjorie Taylor Greene. She has been touring medias and all that. Now she is saying that she's sorry for all she has done, for supporting the people that she supported that has hurt the nation and all that. See, let me tell you of something. Some people think black people are fools. People think that you can talk trash to somebody 1 minute and the next minute you want to walk into their lives because the other side doesn't fit you anymore. You all do not have that brain. And for white women to say that yes, it's okay for people to air and all that, it's good to bring who back. You almost really be high on something really very cheap. Maybe you bought it from Timo or Shein. I don't give a shit, but what I am saying is that let black people be. Stop persuading people or asking people to give grace and all that when you guys never give that same grace to black people. Enough of that BS. You know what? If you want to support Marjorie Taylor Greene, go support her. Leave black people out of this bullshit. Let's get into this video.
And just like that, welcome.
Any threats to your safety are completely unacceptable. But we have seen these kinds of attacks or criticism from the president at other people. It's not new. And with respect, I haven't heard you speak out about it until it was directed at you.
Dana, I think that's fair criticism, and I would like to say humbly, I'm sorry for taking part in the toxic politics. It's very bad for our country, and it's been something I've thought about a lot.
Let me just say this. I see a lot of people accusing Marjorie Taylor Greene of being a grifter, but I have always said from the beginning that even though her beliefs and her actions are disgusting and reprehensible, she's a true believer. Unlike, people like Elise Stefanik and J.D. Vance who know better and cosplay as awful human beings, Marjorie Taylor Greene, I think, always believed what she said. She's not a grifter so much as she's the grifted, and I believe that she's now just waking up to it. Do I trust her? Absolutely not. But if she wants to pick up a paddle and start paddling in the same direction as us, why would we say no to that? I think it would help her case a lot if she publicly apologized to Hunter Biden and David Hogg. Also, if she serves as a bit of a blueprint for more MAGA Republicans to jump ship and survive politically, as well as take zero money from AIPAC, I can't be mad at that.
Yes, you can be mad about that. Because we don't want them to survive politically. Do we learn nothing? Do we learn nothing? Are we living in a world of pro wrestling where it's a good guy today, a bad guy tomorrow, or a bad guy yesterday and a good guy today, and then we just switch like our fandom with them along with it, like we don't remember what the hell this person has said? We're mutuals, and I'm saying this to you, but I'm really directing this to everybody white, because at this point, we all want to say nobody's a monolith, but I actually believe y'all might be a monolith when it comes to your insistence to find forgiveness for your own likeness. And this is why we can't get ahead, because we continue to drag along the dead weight that are problematic and pretend like they have had, as you said, an awakening. In the same video that you said she's a true believer. And you think an apology to Hunter Biden and David Hogg is the mea culpa? This is real life with dangerous people in positions of influence and authority. This ain't Monopoly where you get out of jail free card. You do not pass go. You do not get $200. We do not forget the shit you have said. I don't want to believe that it needs to be a black person to be so off-put by this whole ordeal. The fact that she said what she said, the fact that she wanted to be an advocate to pardon Derek Chauvin for the murder of George Floyd, the fact that she's against police reform, the fact that she repeatedly characterized the black community as having a victim's mentality, the fact that she used every racist trope against Jasmine Crockett, calling her ghetto, angry black woman, using all of the stereotypes against him, who is probably our strongest advocate in the Democratic Party. Saying the most disrespectful shit to the black community, like if she were black, she would be proud of Confederate monuments because it would show how much progress we made from the Civil War. Are you fucking kidding me? Speaking of the Civil War, that's exactly how we got here where we are today. After the Civil War, instead of moving these people people on down the road, we allow them to assimilate back into society, into education, into law enforcement, into politics, because we just couldn't do away with them, could we? She wants to pick up a paddle and swim in the same direction. She's not swimming in the same direction. Just because a car is driving next to you on the damn highway does not mean they're going to the same fucking place you're driving to. Every single one of them got a story to tell. Like you said, J.D. Vance. So does Marco Rubio. So does Ted Cruz. Lindsey Graham, they all can flip-flop all the time until somebody puts their ass in a better position that they want, and then their ass ain't mad no more. Marjorie Taylor Greene is upset about one or two things. She didn't get a cut on some money that was being moved that she thought she was going to get a hand in, or she was promised a position when she was going hard to help Trump get reelected, and she didn't get that position in the cabinet that she thought she was going to get. This is not no damn awakening for women. Really? Trump, who said he could grab women? Trump, who's been convicted for assaulting women? Everything Trump has said and done towards women, now all of a sudden she's going to be an advocate for what's been done wrong to women? Come on now. I bet she ain't out there beating the drum about the KKK. I bet she ain't out there banging the tambourine to do away with World War II Germany symbolism. I know I speak for my ancestors and the black people who have been voting the right way on the right side of history when I say this. At some point in time, you guys are going to have to ante up and demonstrate that you are capable of canceling white people for doing things evil to people who are not white. And you wonder why people have trust issues, because time and time again, you will find a way to work your way back in. And you can tell me and show me a few outliers to try to disagree with me, but I got over 400 years of receipts to prove my point.
Listen real quick. Do you have some snacks? You got your snacks? See, I got my Cheetos, and I got my red Solo cup full of mystery juice. Mystery lemonade, actually. And I'm ready. So I need you all to be ready, because Marjorie Taylor Greene was on CNN today. And before I get to what she said today, allow me to remind you what she said about CNN in the past.
Do you think that maybe it's time to choose your words more carefully?
I think you should think about choosing your words more carefully. Do you want to know why so many Republicans cannot stand CNN? It's because you guys don't choose your words carefully.
There's a lot of Republicans who watch CNN, who like CNN very much. We have a lot of them who come on our air.
Any. I don't know one. I honestly don't know one.
I could introduce you to some. There are many.
Don't know one.
I'm happy to do it.
Well, that was Marjorie Taylor Greene when she was Donald Trump's mouthpiece in 2021. What a difference a beef makes. Because now that Donald Trump has come after Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's singing a different tune on CNN this morning. Let's take a listen.
You posted on X that President Trump is, with his comments, fueling a, quote, hotbed of threats against you. Obviously, any threats to your safety are completely unacceptable. But we have seen these kinds of attacks or criticism from the president at other people. It's not new. And with respect, I haven't heard you speak out about it until it was directed at you.
Hold on just a minute. I need some more mystery lemonade. I'll be right back. Okay, let's get back to her response.
Dana, I think that's fair criticism, and I would like to say humbly, I'm sorry for taking part in the toxic politics. It's very bad for our country, and it's been something I've thought about a lot, especially since Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Is that I'm only responsible for myself and my own words and actions.
You can't make this up. You can't make this up. The woman who said she would never go on CNN while she was on CNN saying that is now on CNN talking about the divisiveness and the toxicity of politics today that she has willfully participated in as long as she had the backing of her Lord and Master Donald Trump. But the minute he turns on her, let me get this right. The minute he turns on her, She's on CNN because she knows liberals and left-leaning people are fools. I can already hear it right now. Oh, Marjorie Taylor Greene, she deserves a second chance. She just made a couple of mistakes. She didn't understand fully the implications of what was going on, but now she does, and she's speaking the truth. And we should give her a second chance because she's speaking out against Donald Trump now. Let me be clear. Fuck this bleach blonde, bad built, butch body bitch. And fuck the purple revolution also. I could make a whole collage out of the things that Marjorie Taylor Greene has said derogatory about each community that I represent or that I am in accomplishment with. And it's not going to erase it because she went on CNN now that she's being attacked, decrying the divisiveness of our government and of politics at this moment. Yeah, fuck Marjorie Taylor Greene. And fuck the president too. But you know what? Get your snacks, sit back, and watch the fireworks because they will be spectacular. But don't try to put out any fires that they cause. Yeah, that's not your job. Your job is just to watch and laugh. And if you have some gasoline, you can throw that out there. Y'all have the day you deserve.
Since the public breakup of Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene and the bum from Queens, the occupant of the White House, she's been on this TV redemption tour. Here's her response yesterday on CNN's morning show, State of the Union.
I have something in my heart that I think is incredibly important for our country, and that is to end the toxic fighting in politics. And this has been going on for years, and it has divided our country, split up friends and families, neighbors, and it's not solving our problems.
Obviously, any threats to your safety are completely unacceptable. But we have seen these kinds of attacks or criticism from the president at other people. It's not new. And with respect, I haven't heard you speak out about it until it was directed at you.
Dana, I think that's fair criticism, and I would like to say humbly, I'm sorry for taking part in the toxic politics. It's very bad for our country, and it's been something I've thought about a lot, especially since Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Is that I'm only responsible for myself and my own words and actions, and I am committed, and I've been working on this a lot lately, to put down the knives in politics. I really just want to see people be kind to one another, and we need to figure out a new path forward that is focused on the American people, because as Americans, no matter what side of the aisle we're on, we have far more in common than we have differences.
Yeah. Now, I showed y'all those two clips, right? All of a sudden, she wants to sound like a standard-bearer Republican, a respectable American. But we have a lot of receipts. And there's tons of receipts of what Marjorie Taylor Greene did when she first got elected.
You know we're here about AG.
I don't think you know what you're here for.
Well, you the one talking about.
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No, ain't nothing.
Hold on. And I would ask Ms. Greene if she would just make the apology. It's not that complicated. We don't want to get into face-to-face insults.
You will never get an apology out of me.
Just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
So do I take her at her word that she's trying to clean up her image? No. Do I want people to be threatened? Absolutely not. But should we all believe her? Should we all believe this renewed Christian, reborn Marjorie Taylor Greene? Behavior cleaned up, all of that shit? No. Because she said a lot of nasty, derogatory, mean, evil-spirited shit. So, therefore, Marjorie Taylor Greene could take all her apologies, go somewhere with it. You can sell it to Dana. You can sell it to the women at The View, even though I love 2 or 3 of them. You can sell it to them. You can sell it to anybody else. But this black woman here, I ain't buying.
Let's talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene for a hot second. Some people seem to be under the impression that she's remorseful for all the nasty and toxic behavior she's been pushing for the past couple of years. Some people are thinking, oh, maybe she's changed. Maybe she's a better person now. She doesn't like Israel. She wants to release the Epstein files. She cares about victims. Don't fall for crocodile tears, people. Come on. Okay, Marjorie Taylor Greene wants to release the files, but not because she cares. It's because she sees the writing on the wall. It's what people are talking about. And there's no point attaching yourself to Donald Trump if he is a pedo. Remember, we learned about Trump's relationship with Epstein back in 2019, almost 8 years ago, and she still decided to support him up until this moment. And let's say we put the Epstein files aside for a second. She's still a terrible judge of character. Remember the grab him by the pee, all the sexual harassment allegations against him, all the creepy stuff he said about his daughter? None of those were red flags for Marjorie Taylor Greene? Marjorie Taylor Greene says she's sympathetic to women who have been sex trafficked. Okay, I think everyone is. Who likes sex trafficking? But what if a young girl is impregnated by one of her captors? Well, in Marjorie Taylor Greene's ideology, that young girl shouldn't be allowed to get an abortion. How does that make sense? You want to support women who are being sex trafficked, but they have to give birth to the assailant's child. Doesn't really sound consistent to me. But Marjorie Taylor Greene's anti-Israel. Is she anti-Israel because she's against apartheid, because she wants rights and self-determination for Palestinians? Or is it because she might actually be a genuine anti-Semite? I still remember the Jewish space lasers conspiracy when she first entered the house and all of her other weird anti-Jewish conspiracy theories. Marjorie Taylor Greene may no longer be pro-Trump, but she's still a Republican, meaning she's still anti-black. She's Islamophobic and will push against any sort of progress for this country. Don't fall for her crocodile.
Show you who they are. Believe them the first time. And when it comes to Marjorie Taylor Greene, that is wise words to follow. This woman, her entire political career up to this point, has been a diehard MAGA racist fascist. She is a vile person. And this redemption tour that she is going on, I know I don't buy the bullshit. She hasn't changed. It is just now politically inconvenient for her to be attached to her former cult leader, who has publicly disavowed her now. And that's what is spurring this on. That and the midterms are next year. And trust, Marjorie Taylor Greene isn't going to be the only MAGA to have claimed to have seen the light. Oh, she apologizes for toxic politics. She can go to hell. Here's a clip of Marjorie Taylor Greene. I believe this is from 4 years ago, when she was calling on the January 6th commission that was formed to investigate the insurrection on January 6th. She was petitioning Congress in this clip to investigate Black Lives Matter instead. And Antifa, a fictional organization that does not exist. By the way, Antifa stands for anti-fascist. Bear that in mind. But there is no formal Antifa organization. But just take a look at this clip.
I'd like to address the two-track justice system here in the United States. If you're part of the Democrat-sponsored Democrats terrorist organizations BLM and Antifa, you can burn down American cities for an entire year, get bailed out of jail, and face no investigation or commission from Congress. Meanwhile, if you're a Trump supporter who happened to be at the Capitol on January 6th, you face exorbitant bail, solitary confinement, abusive jail guards, and no due process. This is an outrage.
Did you hear how she characterized Black Lives Matter as a domestic terrorist organization, claiming that cities were burnt down? Racists always say that about Black Lives Matter, but they never tell which specific cities and neighborhoods were supposedly burnt to the ground. Oh, but we have the insurrectionist thugs in living color on video storming the Capitol, where they smeared feces on the wall and had Congress, which was in session, running for their lives, where law enforcement officers were beaten and some even lost their lives, by the people who claimed to back the blue. She characterized them as they just happened to be at the Capitol and being innocent victims who were denied due process. Fuck that bitch. She has not changed at all. And if you notice something, as she is going on her redemption tour, she's only going to mainstream media outlets that are owned by multi-billionaires and corporations who are cronies of the felon-in-chief and who have bent their knee. But you won't catch her on independent journalistic outlets like The Joy Reid Show, The Midas Touch, or Roland Martin, because she knows that they would tear her ass up on her very public record. No, when it comes to folk like Marjorie Taylor Greene, MAGA, conservatives, and the right, I'm going to take Dr. Angelou's wisdom to heart. When people show you who they are, believe them the first time.
I don't care. I don't care if she apologized. It's still F. Marjorie Taylor Greene over here.
When you posted on X that President Trump is, with his comments, fueling a, quote, hotbed of threats against you, obviously any threats to your safety are completely unacceptable. But we have seen these kinds of attacks or criticism from the president at other people. It's not new. And with respect, I haven't heard you speak out about it until it was directed at you.
Dana, I think that's fair criticism. And I would like to say humbly, I'm sorry for taking part in the toxic politics. It's very bad for our country. And it's been something I've thought about a lot, especially since Charlie Kirk was assassinated, is that I'm only responsible for myself and my own words and actions. And I am committed, and I've been working on this a lot lately, to put down the knives in politics. I really just want to see people be kind to one another, and we need to figure out a new path forward that is focused on the American people, because as Americans, no matter what side of the aisle we're on, we have far more in common than we have differences. Yeah. And we need to be able to respect each other with our disagreements.
The only thing I have to say to Marjorie Taylor Greene, to MAGA, to all of these other people that are waking up and realizing the tyrant, the con artist, the liar, the corrupt person, the evil, mean and hateful person that they voted to put in the office, the only thing that I have to say to them is respectfully, stay the fuck far away from me. I don't trust you. I will never trust you. You have already shown me who you are, and I believe you. With that said, there is definitely a shift happening. This is what happened over on News Nation between, y'all remember Bill O'Reilly from over on Fox News? Well, Bill O'Reilly is doing an interview with, I don't know who the news anchor is, and is attempting to spread lies, mis and disinformation, propaganda. And the news anchor set him straight right there on air.
Right. Epstein was convicted during the Biden administrations. Not one time did Hakeem Jeffrey call for any exposition of what the Biden Justice Department knew. He doesn't care about the truth. He doesn't care about the people.
Bill.
This is what
hold on. Hold on. Bill, hold on. You You said Epstein was convicted during the Biden administration. Epstein committed during the Trump administration.
Yeah, so? Am I wrong on that?
Yeah.
He was arrested in 2019, and he committed in 2019. He died August 10th of 2019. So the Biden administration was not involved in a conviction or a trial of him. They were in of his madam, of Elaine Maddox.
But he was arrested and indicted under Merrick Garland.
No, under Trump.
You had all
under
of the
Trump.
information.
Epstein was arrested, indicted under Trump in 2019. Trump was president. Merrick Garland was not the attorney general.
Okay.
Listen, the veil is lifting. The stronghold that Donald Trump had on MAGA, Republicans, people on the right, yeah, that stronghold is loosening. People are starting to move away from Donald Trump and his administration and his sycophants and all of what they have been trying to do. And I applaud that. I do recognize that there needs to be people to help these people to move along over to reality. I recognize that. I'm just not that person. Don't look to me to be over there trying to hold hands with racist, mean, and hateful, and bigoted, and homophobic, and misogynistic, and Islamophobic. Don't look to me to go over there to help them into reality, because I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. They moved for the last decade to hurt me and my community. And they were successful in many aspects. They were successful. There are hundreds of thousands of black women who are unemployed right now. Hundreds of thousands of black women who are trying to figure out how they are going to pay their rent, how they're going to put food on the table, how they're going to put gas in the cars. They were fired or forced out of their positions, and not because they weren't qualified, not because they weren't the best candidate for that position, but because Donald Trump promised these racist, bigoted, mean, and hateful people that he was going to make America great again, that he was going to put them back into positions of superiority. And that meant humbling and forcing down people who look like me. And Hispanic people went along for the ride. They sided with white supremacy and their division and their racism and their hatred. Don't look to me to help these people figure out what they are going to do, or figure out how they have been played. I'm not going to do any of that shit. They're going to have to figure it out on their own. And if anybody looks to black people to go over and coddle and hold these motherfuckers' hands, it is fuck you too. Black people included.
Child, now MTG is saying that the folks is after her. She's saying that she's getting a lot of phone calls and things from security companies and all the things like, hey girl, I don't know if you know this, but you should know this. Your name is popping up on, on some lists. And we ain't talking about Santa's list either. They're basically offering their services and whatnot, saying that, girl, I don't know if you know this, but you might be in a little danger. Now, here's the thing. She's talking about, of course, we have to condemn political violence and all the things. And, she's talking about how basically she's on the outskirts. Now, if you haven't been paying attention, she was trying to really throw her name into the hat to really, progress her political career a little bit further. And I think she really thought, like we keep trying to tell y'all, white women, y'all can't uphold the patriarchy and think that you're going to get a seat at the table. They're never going to give you the seat at the table. And for many of you all, I know some of y'all don't like her or whatever. I don't like her either, but whatever. But understand something. This is right here in real time what you're seeing. All of that bullshit, because she was just like, this was somebody that, you know, I supported and I did all these things and whatnot. Basically, I did all the right things to kiss his ass, and now look, I didn't get the seat at the table. You went after Crockett. You went after so many people with such fervor and just the vitriol of it all. And now it came time for you to, spread your political wings. Among other things, let Laura Loomer tell it. And you didn't get what you wanted. But, reading this little, I guess, tweet, whatever the hell it is, that, she was talking about what's going on and the fact that these companies are calling her. She was like, all these people are, supporting me. But she was like, yeah, I'm a little bit unnerved because, it's scary whenever you're getting mail like this from men and what have you. From a base that you helped fucking create, that you kept stoking the fire to keep the flames going. But like I said, reading this right here really made me think of the scene from Friday.
I'm just gonna go in the house and chill, man. Oh, now you're getting scared. You wanna go in the house and lay down? Hell nah. Nobody gonna run me up in my house like...
Because absolutely, she's looking for somebody to walk her home like her. Don't be scared now. Don't be scared. Them your people. You should not be afraid of your people, girl. You should not be afraid of the folks that you basically emboldened to be where you are. And here's the thing. She's still trying to throw her name in the hat, still getting that, that top seat. So what we not getting ready to do, we not going to let her Taylor Swift her way on to the Senate. We're not doing that. She is not about to be America's little victim, sweetheart, all the types of things or whatever. Feel sorry for her. Oh, that's so sad. Because, she's getting a couple of little, unwanted things. Because it was okay when you were putting other people on the front lines for this shit to happen. Now it's you, and you want people to be like, oh my God. But again, you supported that man's agenda, his rhetoric, and all the things. And now all of a sudden, you're starting to see, hey, this might not be okay. A little bit. Because we've seen you flip-flop back and forth and whatnot. Because, she has made some posts and everybody's like, oh God, I think hell has frozen over because I agree with MTG. And I'm just like, I know, girl. Again, I really feel like we just fell into that, trap door behind that back bookshelf opening into hell. And that's where we are right now. But anyways, Marjorie, girl, what you gonna do? I mean, he might be distracted with this whole Bill is his man right now. But, distractions only last but for so long. America's not a real place, and y'all, I keep trying to tell y'all, this is the best reality TV ever, ain't it?
Never in my life would I think I would hear Marjorie Taylor Greene apologize to the American people for the attacks that President Donald Trump has done to others and for participating in she called toxic politics. She was on CNN with Dana Bash this morning, and Dana Bash asked her, how come all of a sudden you speaking out when his attacks are directed at you, seeing how much he's done to so many others? And she said that was fair criticism. What's this new turning leaf with Marjorie Taylor Greene? Now, she has supported that man fiercely over the years, really getting into being a head honcho for MAGA. But he has come out against her swinging, saying on his social media post recently that she's a disgrace to the Republican Party. Now, this all started because she was starting to do a lot of these liberal shows on television, The View and a few others, saying that, and she even spoke out and said Mike Johnson was the reason for the government shutdown. And then last night, she said after all these attacks from President Donald Trump, she got online and said that there is a lot of security firms reaching out to her about her security, that people are making threats on her life. Do you feel that you made your bed, now you lie in it? Or do you feel sorry for her? Now, I necessarily don't feel sorry for Marjorie Taylor Greene. She lied in a bed full of snakes and expected not to be bitten. What's your thoughts on all this? Let me know in the chat. Bye.
My theory on Marjorie Taylor Greene is that she read the books from like the anti-racist reading list from like 2020, and now she's woke. Like she got really into white fragility. It really connected with her. Now she's moving on to like
Power. A very big shout out to Queen Star. T. Nathan, thank you all so much. Sister Tabitha, I know you all are seeing everything going on. That is why sometimes there are some people I love to bring their videos, because there is what I believe in. And I've been saying this for a long time here. Maybe for a while, I haven't been saying it. Normalize holding grudges. It will help you live longer. Holding grudges doesn't mean that you are suffering yourself. You know why you are holding grudges, and you probably do not remember that you are holding grudges, not until you see the person again that you are holding grudges with. I have normalized them a long time ago, and I have made peace with myself. See, you know why I keep talking about how white people are able to walk into places and have, like, mercy is something that overflows for them. Grace is something that they are always very willing to give them grace to try and try and try and try again. Why? Because everybody feels like, oh, they are human. But that does not apply to people that look like me. See, you know what? There are some things I am no longer ready to change for people. Probably because I want it to benefit them, or probably because I want people to feel like I am human. Let me tell you something. Marjorie Taylor Greene did not see all these things. So she never knew that everything she was doing wasn't okay. Everything she was talking about black people wasn't right? All the bad things she has supported. So at her age, Marjorie Taylor Greene doesn't know all these things were wrong. She doesn't know what is wrong from what is wrong, right? So now you guys are telling me to bring her back. Bring her back to where? When she's still in MAGA. You guys really be playing with black people too much. See, white women, you know what? You guys sometimes are part of the problem. That's why sometimes it is hard for people to progress, because you all keep drawing people backward. You know what? F Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't care about her, and I will never care. Sorry, I am using foul language, but enough of playing with people's feelings and then think you can walk back into the person's life like nothing happened. A lot has happened, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and I know all that has happened. I've been here bringing them back to. See, I am not a fool. Black people are not a fool too. So you all better be careful with the way you all treat and talk to black people. You know what? She is sorry. That is fine. Bye for now.